Delegates, just at this juncture, I want to, as Chairman of the party, formally welcome 2 people to the hall. First of all, you know the SDLP were founded by 6 brave men in 1970. And in the hall we have a former MP from Ulster, former Minister for Community Relations, Mr. Vernon Coaker, in the corner. Delegates, he is held in great esteem and with great affection still in the Staban area, and last Tuesday night we did honour him with a private dinner, and it was enjoyed by all. Secondly, can I welcome to the hall, and he's going to speak to the delegates in a moment, the shadow spokesperson of Northern Ireland, Mr. Vernon Coaker. Vernon, you're very welcome. Vernon is the MP for Nottinghamshire. Vernon was appointed as Shadow Secretary of State for Northern Ireland after the election in 2011 when Mr. Ed Miliband took over. He regularly visits Northern Ireland. He has a good interest in the people and the peace process and the development of the Northern Ireland economy. Please welcome Mr. Coaker to this podium. Vernon, you're welcome.
Friends, it's a great privilege to address the SDLP conference today as the Shadow Secretary of State and on behalf of the Labour Party. It's a huge honour for me to be here. And I want first of all to pass on the best wishes of my party leader, Ed Miliband. Like me, Ed Miliband really values the advice, the support and the friendship of your leader, Alistair MacDonald. And also, as well as Alistair and the friendship and support we have from him, your other MPs, Mark Durkan and Margaret Ritchie. At Westminster, he sends his warmest greetings to everyone here. Conference, I'm delighted to be in Armagh, a proud city that stands tall as the ecclesiastical capital of Ireland. And Joe, can I thank you as well for your kind welcome and introduction to me. I've been in Armagh twice before. The first time I was here, I met the Cardinal and the Archbishop. And the second time I visited the planetarium. So it's a change today that I'm dealing with matters of this life and not the next one or the one on Mars. But friends, you meet at a hugely interesting time in the politics of these islands. Belfast, London, Dublin, Edinburgh and Cardiff are all to varying degrees going through periods of significant change. And there is strident debate about what that change should mean for the future direction of our politics, economy and society. The interconnectedness between all of them and all of us mean that we, the people of the left, progressives, must lead that discussion and take it forward. And you, the Social Democratic and Labour Party, are at the centre of that. Because as a hugely valued and respected member of the Party of European Socialists, and a partner and sister party to both the British and Irish Labour parties, the SDLP is one in a strong and united family of activist movements across Europe and the world who believe in peace, progress and prosperity. The proud record of the SDLP is one that's seen you strive for peace and progress in Northern Ireland. And let me say this to you. Sometimes in government, the Labour Party didn't treat the SDLP with the respect you deserved. We took you for granted, and we didn't always show our gratitude for your selfless efforts, led by John Hume, Seamus Mallory, Eddie McGrath in the cause of peace and progress. That shouldn't have been the case, but I can tell you that now and in the future, we in the Labour Party are committed to enhancing our relationship with you and Alistair and supporting you in your work to bring about that prosperity, to build on the peace and progress that you helped deliver. That heavy lifting wasn't easy. The anniversary of the Enniskillen bomb this week showed the devastation and hurt still felt that was caused by 3 decades of awful conflict. And it demonstrates how far we have come since those dark days 25 years ago. But the horrific murder of a prison officer, an ordinary decent man going about his ordinary, decent business, tells us that we can't take that peace and progress for granted. And I pay tribute to David Black, and I send my solidarity and support to his family, friends and colleagues. Because David Black's murder showed that peace is precious, and it must not only be defended but advanced. And we must all of us set ourselves the shared task of advancing the peace and progress. We must make it unthinkable that we could return to the conflicts of the past. But these are tough times for people in Northern Ireland. Hundreds of thousands, families, communities and businesses are suffering in this very difficult economic climate. Major decisions that impact upon people here, particularly on welfare and the economy, are still taken at Westminster. And let's be clear, when they say welfare reform at Westminster, they mean welfare cuts. And we will stand shoulder to shoulder with you in fighting those cuts, both in London and here in Northern Ireland. At the minute, though, it's major indecision that is impacting too. After over a year talking about devolving corporation tax powers to Northern Ireland, there is still no agreement about whether it should happen and what it would cost. But rising unemployment and the recent announcement of job losses show that the economy can't wait, and that a corporation tax cut is not the only way to stimulate jobs and growth. And that's why Labour has a plan for jobs and growth now. We would reverse the government's damaging VAT rise for a temporary period to give immediate help to high streets and struggling families and pensioners in cities, towns and villages across Northern Ireland. We would bring forward long-term investment projects to get people back to work and strengthen our economy for the future. Northern Ireland's construction industry needs that help. We have to build skills through apprenticeships and training that will equip our young people for the future. And we would give a one-year national insurance tax break to every single small firm that takes on extra workers, helping to create jobs and grow local businesses that make up nearly 90% of Northern Ireland's private sector. We would reduce VAT on home improvements, repairs and maintenance, helping to create work for our young tradesmen and women and stop them having to move to Canada and Australia. They're needed here at home. And we would have a £2 billion tax on bank bonuses to fund a real jobs guarantee that would help 2,000 young people in Northern Ireland back to work. Because I know that young people will be the driving force behind further progress. The young men and women I meet are ambitious for themselves and for their communities. But they can't realise those ambitions if they aren't given the chance to get on. As I said at my own party's conference last month, no jobs, no hope and no future are no choices at all. We cannot be complacent about the challenges facing Northern Ireland. The threat from those who want to destroy the peace and progress is dangerous and must be overcome. And that's why we must put securing Northern Ireland's economic future at the top of our agenda and ensuring rising prosperity for all. We must develop an economy that allows the ambition and potential of Northern Ireland and its people to be realised. And I know that people in this hall, that the SDLP will play a key role in delivering that. And it's because our parties together did so much to build peace and progress. Now let us work together again and dedicate ourselves to building prosperity and the better future that Northern Ireland was promised. Thank you very much indeed again for asking me here.